Good morning and welcome to a what I eat in a day. I woke up in such a good mood. So when I was planning my workouts this week, I wrote running down for today. And I kind of like mentally had a question mark by that because I was like, if I wake up and I'm not having a morning where I feel like getting out and going on a run, then I can just change it. I could just do like a strength training workout. But I woke up this morning, there was a beautiful sunrise, I saw the full moon, and I was like, today is gonna be a great day to go on a run. I haven't been in a consistent run schedule since like a year ago when I trained for the half marathon, and I had so much fun when I was in a consistent run schedule. I think just training in a short amount of time for a half marathon just made my body hurt in ways that I had never felt before. And so right when I was done training for that and right after I ran the half marathon, I was like, I'm done for a while. My knees, my joints, like everything hurts and I need to recover. And I just kind of never got back into the swing of it. And so today my goal is to run 3 miles. And I don't have a time for that. It's just like to successfully run 3 miles. I'm gonna make some breakfast really quick. I always eat carbs when I'm running because I run through all of my food. Even on a short run, like 3 miles, like I am starving afterwards. And so I try to have carbs right before my run so I replenish my body and I have like plenty of energy for my workout.
Carbs have been villainized for many years, especially with women. And I think the biggest misconception is that eating carbs means that you're going to gain fat. I used to think the same exact way and avoided eating carbs for many years because of this. But what I've learned, especially if you're really active, carbs are extremely important for energy. From someone who used to fear eating carbs, I now prioritize them every single day because they are so important, and I have never felt better and stronger than when I was pairing my meals with some form of carbohydrates.
So I did 3 miles, not my best time. I can definitely feel that I haven't run in a long time because that run was actually really hard. But sometimes it's not about time. Sometimes it's about just like getting out in nature, getting fresh air, moving your body, sweating, celebrating what you can do.
I'm obsessed with the chai flavored protein powder from Blueprint. Chef's kiss, it is literally so good. Every time I get my hair done, I feel like it takes so long, even if I'm like not really doing anything. I went in today for just a trim. I want to get my hair all one length and just make it really thick and really long and healthy. And my goal is also to not highlight my hair anymore. I don't highlight my hair that often anyway. I would highlight my hair like once or twice a year. But I basically just showed my stylist my inspiration photo, which is like a girl with natural blonde hair, and I just said I want to go back to my natural color, and she put a gloss in it. So I wasn't initially planning on getting a gloss, but I'm actually so happy that we did it because I feel like it just blended everything really nicely, and we took probably like almost 2 inches off. So it feels super healthy. The ends were definitely a little bit straggly. Thankfully, I had prepped sweet potatoes and chicken yesterday, and so I just quickly chopped up these other vegetables, and I'm just gonna make a little chicken and sweet potato bowl. And I think my avocado went a little bit bad because I put it next to bananas. Such a rookie mistake. Bananas make avocados ripen really quickly. Recently, I've been kind of obsessed with ginger. I know the color of this juice looks questionable, but this is turmeric, ginger, lemon, celery, and cucumber. And the flavor of ginger, especially when I make something that's like super gingery, it kind of reminds me of like sour candy, and I have always loved anything sour. And so there is a lot of ginger in here, and I think that's why I'm kind of obsessed with ginger, because this just reminds me of eating like Sour Patch Kids. I am always hunching over when I'm working, when I'm editing. Either I'm like hunched over at my desk on my laptop, or I'm like hunched over on my phone doing something. And I've noticed that it's hard for me to hold my back and my shoulders and even my neck like in a good posture, and it's like uncomfortable for me. And now the most comfortable posture has become like pretty bad posture actually, and like pretty slumped over. My head is forward, my neck is forward, and I really want to focus this year on strengthening my posture again. But what has happened is the muscles in my upper back and my shoulders and my neck
have gotten really tight, and to hold my shoulders up straight and to sit in good posture is like very uncomfortable for me now, and I can only do it for a few minutes, and it actually like makes my heart rate increase. Like, it's not very comfortable. And so I just did a cupping session, and I'm hoping that this can loosen some of the muscles in my upper back, around my shoulder and my neck area, just so that I can like start to strengthen the posture. But I really think it's about just staying consistent with noticing when you're hunching over and fixing it, and just trying to stay in good posture as long as you can. I also love doing dead hangs, and this year I learned how to do pull-ups. So that's been really helpful for my shoulders and also just my spinal health in general. But I think it's so important to take care of your spine and to prioritize your posture, especially while we're young, because I know so many people who struggle with back issues or struggle with posture, and it is not an issue that gets prettier with time. So just trying to do some preventative wellness stuff today.
I've been so obsessed with miso. I know I've used it in so many of my recipes recently, but I just love the taste of it. And I've just been loving like Asian inspired dishes. I've also been loving like Indian dishes. I've just been like really exploring different cuisines, and I've been having so much fun, and I'm just loving all of the different flavors and spices. And so I did make a miso glaze to be poured on the salmon. The miso glaze is basically just some miso paste. It's a little bit of maple syrup, a little bit of soy sauce, fresh ginger, and fresh garlic. I actually used more maple syrup than any of the ingredients because I wanted kind of sweet salmon. In my most recent blood work, I realized that I was actually pretty low in my omega-3s, and that's because I completely forgot about salmon, and I don't take any supplements right now. And so I'm trying to eat more things with omega-3s in them, including salmon today. I'm just slowly going to spoon this on the salmon. Most nights, my husband and I are not eating the same dinner. He is on his own food schedule right now where he's trying to hit certain macros, and I don't really love eating the same thing every single day, every single week. He usually eats either ground chicken or ground turkey with either rice and broccoli or potatoes and broccoli. And I prep this probably every other week, and I just put tons of them in the freezer for both of us to grab. And even though I don't eat that every day like he does, I still eat that a lot of times. And it's so helpful to have that in the freezer ready if I need to grab it, or I know in the morning I have a busy day, I can just defrost one. But that is why I'm usually just cooking for one, even though he also eats here every single night because he's on his own vibe. I love black rice also. Oh my gosh. I ended up also putting sesame oil on the black rice and it made it amazing. I'm gonna wrap up my video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, I'd love for you to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And if you end up trying any of these recipes, I'd love for you to leave in the comments which one you tried and if you liked it. I'll see you guys next time.